Hello guys, good evening. This is the part 2 of measure of variation. We will discuss about the how to compute the the standard deviation and the variance and the standard deviation, how to compute for the variance and standard deviation, okay? From the group data and ungroup data. That's it. And after that, we will going to discuss the z-scores. Uh, and then, but before that, let me define to you what is standard variance and standard deviation. Okay, the standard deviation or SD, standard variation or SD, is the most important and useful measure of of variance. It is the square root of the variance excuse me. So this is it's a square root of the variance, which is the variance. Kung na kay variance, then square root ana, which is standard deviation. Okay? And kung i-squared nimo ni ang standard deviation is a variance. So duwara na sila magbaliktad-baliktad. Okay? So it is an average to the degree of which each set of scores in the distribution deviates from the mean. So again, it is an average to the degree to which each set of scores in the distribution deviates from the mean. So nga kay scores, kwaon niya ang average ana unsa ka kalayo sa mean. So more specific jud kayo ang standard deviation. It is more stable measure of variation. Again, stable because it involves all of the scores in the distribution rather than range. Mo na siya, no? So importante kayo ang standard deviation and variance kay gina-involve niya tanan scores in the distribution rather than the range sa uban pa. And then, sa measure of variation na ang range, interquartile range, quartile deviation, the mean deviation, and then the variance and standard deviation. Excuse me, no, kay giubo jud ko. Okay? And then, let me kuan to you na unsa jud ka importante ang measure of variation gani kina-compute jud nato ni sila. Okay, first is the quantifying dispersion. Measure of variation such as the range, interquartile, variance, standard deviation provides numerical presentation of how spread out the values in the data set na ginapasabot niya. This information is crucial for understanding the diversity of concentration of data points. So, sa kadagag data, no, mga scores sa mga bata, or mga dangag sample size sa mga research. So, lahi-lahi og select scores, lahi-lahi og ideas sa survey. So, gina-measure niya dira how spread of the values in the data set. And then the second is assessing data consistency. Variation measures help assess the consistency, which is the reliability, okay, or variability of the data set with low variation. Again, low variation indicates the most values are close to the central tendency or close to the mean or median, which a high variation suggests that values are more spread out. So, layo kay sila sa mean or sa central tendency. The third is comparing data set. Variation measures enable to comparison of the spread of different data sets. For example, two data sets with the same mean but different variation may exhibit different pattern of distribution. So example, ang mean nako sa grado is 84. And then si Letlet, ang iyahang mean kay 87. Pero ang standard deviation nako kay 1, iyaha kay 3. So therefore, interpretation ana mas duol ko sa mean. Kaya ang standard deviation nako kay 1 man. And siya kay 3. So layo kay siya sa mean even though dakoy ang scores. Pero mas duol ko sa mean. Mao na siya ha. Comparing data sets. Identifying outliers. Again, outliers, this is the layo na kaayo, no? These are the extreme values that can affect the data set. Excuse me. Outliers, which are excuse me, sorry for that. Outliers, which are extreme values in the data set, can significantly impact the mean. No, kung naay outliers din nakuha nimo ang mean, therefore dili kaayo, there is something wrong na I think dili siya valid or dili accurate ang imong mean. That's why mo gamit alang siguro kag median or mode kita kanang central tendency na dili kayo makaapekto sa the central location. Then measure of variation help identify outliers by highlighting values that deviate substantially from the rest of the data. Okay? Number 5 is making prediction. In statistical modeling and forecasting, understanding the variation in the data is crucial for making accurate prediction. Higher variation may imply greater uncertainty in prediction. No? Kung ang imuhang data is imong scores layo kaayo, dako kayo ang variation, therefore nga statistical tools na ginagamit na regression, which is the equation of the linear to predict something, which is dili kay accurate. Okay? Mo na siya. Kapag dako ang imong variation, that's why dapat minimal lang, naa lang sa normal. Okay, number 6, quality control in manufacturing. In industries, measure of variation are used in quality control processing to assess the consistency and reliability of manufactured products. For example, standard deviation may be used to monitor the variability of the product dimension. No? Importante kay na siya. Then, decision making in finance. In finance, measure variations such as volatility are crucial for assessing the risks associated with investors, and analysis use variation to measure or to make informed decision about portfolio management risk mitigation. So, importante kini siya. Example, an average person, kato mga tao na nag-loan sa lahi na company, mga bank, is kapag duol sila sa mean, then gamay ang ilang variation sa mga income nila or mga asset or something data set nila, information, therefore pwede ma-meet nila tong ginapangayo sa bank and ma-approve sila. Once ang tao layo kay sa mean and then dako kay ang standard deviation, yung variance, therefore na ay risk na pwede na malugi or dili siya kabayad o maglisod siya. Okay? That's one of the Importance of measure of variations. Number 8, research and hypothesis testing. In research, measure of variation play a role in hypothesis. Katong alternative o null hypothesis, di ba? Ang null kay there is no significance excuse me, there is no significance difference or relationship, and the alternate is contrary sa null. There is a significance relationship or difference. So they help determine the extent to which observed differences or effects are likely due to a random variation or true differences. So, no. 9. Communication and visualization. When presenting data, measure of variation can enhance the communication of statistical findings. Yes, based on my experience, no research, box plots and error bars are visual presentation of variation that aid in conveying the spread of data to the broader audience. Number 10, model evaluation. In the assessment of a statistical model, measure of variation are used to evaluate a goodness of fit. Magamit din siya sa linear regression and person correlation. Goodness of fit. Models that capture the variability in the data well are considered more reliable. Okay? So, muna siya ang importance of measure of variation. Now, let's start to how to solve the standard deviation or the variance in the ungrouped data. Okay? So, for ungrouped data, the formula is S, which is the standard deviation, is equal to the summation of X, which is the scores, or your scores, or maybe some of your student, then the mean, then squared, divided by n minus 1, or your n is your total kung ano, number of people in the data, and then squared. Okay? Mo na siya ang formula sa ungrouped data sa standard deviation. Okay? So now, example number 1. So, i-erase na ako para mas takuan siya. So, isibog sa ako ni kay mag-solve man ta. Again, so the formula is ipula na lang nako. S is equal to summation of X, which is the scores, minus the mean, then squared all over n minus 1, and square root ana nila. So this is the formula how to find the standard deviation or the variance. Okay? Okay, step 1. Calculate for the mean. Again, calculate for the mean. Then B, get the difference between each scores and the mean, then square this difference. Okay, so di nato na masabtan kung di nato buhaton. Okay? So ipagamay sa nato ni butangan sa nato na dira. So mag-solve na ta. So first button ana, butang nimo tong mga x. Ay, wa pa din nato nasulat ang problem. So the problem is find the variance and standard deviation of the following distribution where the data is 4, 8, and 12. Okay? So, magbutang kag x. You know already what is your x, which is 4, 8, and 12. After that, um, you are going to find the mean, which is how to find the mean is simply mean is equal to 4 plus 8 plus 12 divided by 3, which is, use your calculator, 4 plus 8 plus 12 divided by 3, which is 8. So therefore, your mean is 8. Okay? After that, magbutang na po ka og number na x and x minus the mean ana na siya. And then, so 4 minus 8, then i-squared nimo na siya. Okay? Para sa ko is mas maayo is step by step, pero ang nga diri sa libro is gidiretso na niya sa formula. So depende ra lang na sa inyo ha kung asa mo mas hiyang. Para sundugon na lang nato ang libro para mas madali. Okay? So example daw. Tagan ta mo process sa ang saon ni. I-reason sa nato na so tagan ta mo process. Sample So x close parenthesis minus 4, butang kag 4 which is your x, then minus your mean which is 8, no, and then squared. So equal ana 4 minus 8 which is negative 4, right? Then squared, copy ang squared dire. Then negative 4 times negative 4 ngano man na kay ikaduwa man og times ang negative 4 og negative 4 iyang sarili. So therefore, it is equal to 4 times 4, 16, negative times negative which is positive, or 16 na lang. So nana lang na siya pag-compute. Okay? So diretso ta. Diretso ta. So 8 minus 8 then squared. So kung matamatahon lang nimo, 8 minus 8 which is 0. No. 0 then squared. 0 times 0 which is 0. Okay? Muna siya. Then naapoy 12 minus 8 squared. So nga apoy uban na diretso na lang. 12 minus 8 pila man? Upat or 4. Then 4 times 4 16. 16 ang answer. Muna siya no. So step by step na lang nato sa mga student na dili kayo inclined sa math. So 4 squared, then 4 times 4 which is 16. Ano siya? So therefore, isa-summation nimo na sila which is kay ang formula man kani summation. So maghimo kag another table or pwede dili na. So isa-summation na lang nimo na the summation of x minus the mean then squared which is pila man pasabot ana kani sila ang result ani which is 16, 0 og 16 ipang-add na nimo sila, that's why pasabot ana ang summation ipang-add na nimo ang result ani or kani. So therefore 16 plus 0 plus 16 is pila man? 16 plus 0 plus 16 which is 32, right? So pwede na kamo gamit og formula. Kay ang n man nato dira kay pila man? 3, di ba? Kay 1 2 3. So let's go. So s is equal to the square root of the summation of x minus the mean then squared all over n minus 1. So s is equal to So pila man ang result ani dara, which is 32. Gipang-add ra nato ni diri result ani. So 32 and then divide by 3 minus 1. So pila naman, s is equal to square root of 32. Pila siya? 2. So pwede pa ma-simplify, right? So pila man? 32 divide 2, which is 16. So therefore, square root sa 16, which is 4. Therefore, your standard deviation is 4, and this is your standard deviation, and your variance is squared ra na nimo, squared ra nimo s squared. Therefore, ikaupat ang answer ana kay pila man, ha. Again, so balik ko na akong basa, ha. Standard deviation is the most important square root of the variance, which is the SD, no? So kung i-square na nimo, i-reason na to, ha. So kani siya mo ni imo ang standard deviation, di ba? Ang 4. Kung kwaon nimo si variance, kay duwa mo gud sila, standard deviation ug variance. Daro, variance ug standard deviation. So this is your standard deviation, right? To find the variance is that i-squared ra na nimo. So pila imong s? Imong s kay 4. So butang kag 4 kay s man nimo kay 4. Then squared nimo na. So therefore, ang s nimo, ang variance nimo kay 16. So again, standard deviation nimo kay 4, ang variance kay 16. So ana na siya, ha. So mo na purpose ana, less than 1/4 or 1/5, or the mean, o pasabot ani siya ang standard deviation kay low variability. So pag interpret ana nato is kapag more than 1/2 or equal is that high variability. Kapag 1/4 and 1/4 to the 1/2 is moderate. Kapag 1/4 to 1/5 is low variability. So ninana pag interpret. Okay? So sa one standard deviation, pasabot ana 68% of the data falls or the data set are normally distributed. Kung mayroong kag 2 standard deviation, which is 95%, or the data fall or the data set are normally distributed. Kung 3 standard deviation, ang ma-fall na siya ka sa 99.7%. Your data set are normally distributed. O na siya, ha? So mag-solve na pud ta og group data. Okay? Diri ba? Group data. Z-scores naman da ini. Sige, kapiyon na lang nato ning group data dire. Butang ta dire. So, and then kapiyon nato ning data. Okay, guys. So, again, kabalo na taon sa ang pag-solve sa ungroup. First, nga ay mga data nagihatag. Then ibutang nimo na dira sa x, then maghimo kag table na ani x minus mean. Before that, kung saan nimo si mean. Then 4 minus 8, then i-square nimo mo na siya ang result, then i-plus ipang-add na siya. So, which is 32. Then, substitute din mo sa formula. And then, kung gusto ko mangita og standard deviation, i-square lang, mo ni siya ang formula, no? Gikan diri hangtod diri is 4. Muna ang standard deviation. Kung gusto ko mangita og variance, which is 16. Okay? Yan na siya pag-solve. Okay, let's go to the how to solve the standard deviation or variance in the group data. For the data organized in the frequency distribution, the standard deviation is computed this way. So, same ra gyapon ang formula na gigamit. Okay? So, ang formula na gigamit kay S is equal to square root of the summation of frequency times the score minus the mean, then squared all over n minus 1. So, muna siya ang formula. Okay? So, kani siya. Kung di na ako lang ibutang no, kung ano na lang na ako siya i-explain. Okay? So, kani siya, ang pangitaon daw nimo ani is ang standard deviation solved for the standard deviation and the variance. Standard deviation and variance, okay? Muna siya. Ang pag-solve ana kay ang gihatag lang na data, again, ang gihatag na data is kanilang jud. Kanilang ang gihatag na data. Okay? Muna siya ang gihatag na data. Kanira jud. The rest, pangitaon ni mo na siya. Ha? Pangitaon ni mo ning the class mark of the x, which is makuha ra dere. Then kanina pod, kuha na pod nimo sa mean. Then kani, which is nani siya mali gamay. Nani siya mali. Ang kulang lang ani niya kay ngani siya squared. Okay, na siya squared. And then ang kulang pod ani niya siya ngani siya f. Squared og f ni siya dire, ha. Kung dili maklaro, i-color pula na lang nato. Okay? So, kani siya na, siya square dire, kani siya kay na siya f. Ang f di amo ni siya. Then, gi-squared ang result ani. Okay, padayon ta. Now, kanira man jud gihatag no, kanira jud ang given, the rest pangitaon na nimo. Okay, first button nimo is pangitaon ni siya, which is your class mark. Your class mark. Okay? Formula ana, the lower limits or upper limits ba kuno, depende, bahalang magkabaliktad na sila. Lower limits ug upper limits, i-divide mo 2, which is muna na ang class mark. Okay, example, 54 plus 56. Muna siya. Then, i-divide mag 2. So, pila ni? 54 plus 56, which is 110. Divide og 2, which is 55. That's 55. Therefore, mo ni siya 55. Okay? Nanarang pagkuha. Again, 51 plus 53, which is 104. Then 104 divide by 2. Kay constant naman ang 2 dire. Ang 2 wala dire ha, dili ni siya dire. Constant na daan ang formula dire, kani siya na formula sa class mark. O 2. Constant na jud na. Ang kailangan na nimo kanilang na number. Then divide og 2, therefore 52. 48 plus 50, 98. Divide by 2, therefore 49. 45 plus 47 divided by 2, which is 46. 42 plus 44 divided by 2, which is 43. 39 plus 41 divided by 2, which is 40. 36 plus 38, which is 36 plus 38, which is 74 divided by 2, which is 37. 33 plus 35 divided by 2, which is 34. 30 plus 32 divided by 2, which is 31. 27 plus 29, then divided by imog 2, which is 28. So, ana lang na siya. And then, ang pagkuha sa n, ipang plus rani mo ni sila. Okay? 3 plus 2 plus 1 plus 5 plus 6 plus 8 plus 4 plus 6 plus 2 plus 3, which is 40. Okay, diri na ta. Nga aktay x, kaning x. Ang pagkuha manggod ani is kailangan pa nimo si min. So, ang pagkuha kang min, o sige itong formula kang min, the summation of f of x, no? Or, the summation, the frequency times the class mark, which is your x sub m. Then, divide by n. This is how to get the mean, di ba? Sige, i-times nato na siya. So, magbuhat na lang guro ta og another kuan dire. Kanang another table, no? Mas better. So, erase na ako na siya ha, para nindot ang galawan. Sige, go. Maghimo na lang kog another table kuno para sa f of x. Okay? So, pula na lang nato siya. I-green. So, f times x sub m. Mali. Di kayo maklaro ang green. So, red na lang. F times x sa m. X or class mark or x sub m. Sige, 3 times 55. 3 times 55, which is 165. Ngano ganing anong purpose nato ngano nga ani siya kay kailangan man ni min, kailangan man nato makita si min, which is ang formula ni min kay kani. Okay? So para maka-proceed ta dire. Na gets. So 52 times 2, which is 104. So i-times ra na nimo. So 49. 5 times 46, which is 230. 6 times 43, which is 258. 8 times 40, which is 320. 4 times 37, 148. Then 6 times 34, which is 204. Then 2 times 31, which is 62. Pagkuman, 3 times 28, which is 84. Okay. So, sunod ana, kuhaon nato ang summation nila. The summation of the summation of f of f time the frequency times the class mark or x sub m, which is equal to pila man. Plus na to 165 plus 104 plus 49 plus 230 plus 258 plus 320 plus 148 plus 204 plus 62 plus 84, which is 1,624. So, pwede na nato i-substitute dire. No? So, pila gani atong kuan? Summation of frequency times the class mark or the x sub n, which is, so mean, pila siya? 1624. Then, ang n nato pila? 40. Which is 40. So, therefore, your mean is 1,624 divided by 40. Your mean is 40.6. So, this is your mean. So, kani siya, minusan nimo. Sige, padayon na. So, pwede na ka maka-proceed dire. So, 55. Again, ang pagkuha ani guys, kay dirita. Example, pila imong x sub m, which is 55, di ba? So 55 minusan nimo og pila? ang mean, which is 40.60. 40.6. Okay, so 55 minus 40.6, which is 14.40 or 14.4. Okay, na-gets? So, mata-mata na lang ta. So, 52 minus 40.6, which is 11.40. 49 minus sa nimo og mean, which is kani, pila na lang? 8.40. 46 minus 40.6 is equal to 5.40. 43 minus 40.6, which is 2.40. 40 minus 40.6, which is negative 0.60. 37 minus 40.60, which is negative 3.60. 34 minus 40.6, which is negative 6.60. 31 minus 40.6, which is negative 9.60. And then 28 minus 40.6, which is negative 12.60. So, nakuha na nimo ang kanisiya. Sunod, diri na pug ka. Kabalo man jud ka unsay result ani no kanisiya. Ayo sa na i-squared. Unsay result ani kay mo man jud no 14.40. Ang pag-solve ani niya kay dirita i-reason na lang nako ning the rest kay kabalo naman mo unsaon ni no. Pagkuha sa class mark. I-reason sa nako na. Ang pagkuha ani niya kay, di ba, is 14.40 naman jud na siya no. Ang kanisya, ang result ani is ibutang nimo na siya dire. Pero i-squared nimo na siya. Pasabot anang squared, i-times nimo ikaduwa. 14.40 times 14.40. Balik ka ha? 14.40 times 14.40, which is 207.36. Again, 14.40 times 14.40, which is 207.36, which is dara. Okay? Kay squared man, i-times ni mo ikaduwa ang result ani. So, 11.40 times 11.40, which is 129.96. Okay, kay ang result ani mo man ni siya nga sa sulod. Then, kung unsay number ani, i-times ni mo ikaduwa kay squared man. So, 8.40 times 8.40, 73.96. 5.40 times 5.40, 29.16. 2.40 times 2.40, 5.76. Negative times negative, positive na siya, or gininaan nila lang pagka-written. Then 0.60 times 0.60, which is positive 0.36. Negative times negative, positive. 3.60 times 3.60, positive 12.96. Negative 6.60 times negative 6.60, which is positive 43.56. Negative 9.60 times negative 9.60, which is 92.16. And so on and so forth. Okay? Sunod ana, kani god kabantay ka. So, kabalo naman jud taon say result ana no, which is kani siya. Nganong na 622.08 man ni siya. Kay naa may F. Unsa atong F? Mao ni siya atong F. I-times ra na nimo. Kani siya og i-times ani mao ni mag-result. So, ang pagkuha day ani, ang pagkuha ani kay frequency, which is 3, i-times nimo siya sa 207.36, which is 622.08. So, ana ra na pagkuha. Kay naaman siya F. Pasabot anang F, then I close open parenthesis, i-times nimo. Ang result ani, i-times nimo sa F, which is 3. Okay? So, mana. 129.96 times 2, which is 559.92. 73.96 times 1, Copy na lang. 129.16 times 5, which is 145.80, and so on and so forth. Okay? Manana. And then, giunsa ni pagkuha ning 2,113. Ipang-add lang ni sila. Tanan. Ipang-add ra. Okay? So, ang pag-add day ana, ang result day ana is the summation. Again, summation siya kay add man. So, copy na lang kaani. Summation of F times the class mark minus the median then squared. So, sinabantayan ninyo ani, 'di ba? Pareha sila sa formula sa taas. So, therefore, muo day nimong ibutang. Okay? So, padayon tag-solve. I-reason na lang nako ning mean, no? Dire na lang ta. I-reason lang sa nako ni. Okay? Para dako tag area. So, ato ang summation kani siya is result day ani niya kay 2,113, no, and then ato ang n nato kay 40, then minusan nimo og 1 kay ang formula man n minus 1, which is minus 1 ka 39. So pwede na nimo siya i-substitute. Okay, so the summation of f x m minus mn squared divided by n minus 1. Okay, s. So, pila gani ni? Which is 2,113. Then, n minus 1 nato. N nato kay 40. Then, minus 1 nato. Kay mo maning formula, minus 1. So, 39 na lang. So, therefore, calculator. Dili na magduwa-duwa. Pila man. Diretso na. Diretso na ta sa calculator. 2,113 divided by 39. So, ang answer kay 7.36. Maon ni siya ato ang standard deviation. Okay? So, unsa atong variance? I-square ra nimo. I-square nimo ang S. So, therefore, 7.36 i-times i-squared nimo, which is 7.36 squared. Ang answer kay 54.1696. So, this is your answer, standard deviation. In standard deviation, then answer po nimo ni in variance. Okay? So, ana lang na siya, ha? So, kabro na mo solve. Okay? So, nga atay exercise. Dara exercise nato. So, try na lang mo sa balay. Try na lang ta. Okay? So, kabro naman mo, sundugan na lang to ako ang gyunsan ako pag solve. So, muna siya. So, kani siya, this is ungroup manin siya, no? Ungroup, and then this kani siya kay group data. So, gamit sa ungroup o group. Practice. Para mas, kay kung di ka ma-practice, di makakasolve. Wala na sana imong kamot. So, practice ka. So, again, saan gani ang process? First, kanila gihatag, no? Tanawa, class interval og F lang gihatag. Class interval or CI og F lang gihatag. Then, pangitaw nimo si XM. Ang pagkuha sa kang X sub M, i-plus ra nimo ni, and divide og 2, muna ni. Then, pagkuha sa F times X, M, frequency times kaning X sub M, 3 times 55, which is 165. Then, ang pagkuha po aning XM minus the mean, nga kay X sub M, minusan nimo ang mean. So, Mo ni ang pagkuha sa mean asa tong mean nato. So gi-erase na nako. So minusan nimo no. So nakuha nimo ang mean, minusan nimo mo ning result. And then i-squared nimo ni para daan na dire. Then ang kani i-times nimo f para nga naka dire. Then i-add nimo na, then follow na ka sa formula, then mo ning answer. Standard deviation, then i-squared nimo para makuha nimo ang variance. Standard deviation and variance. Okay? Pero ang ginagamit sa research, standard deviation, okay na ni siya. Mas ginagamit yun ni siya permente. Standard deviation. So that's all. So magpadayon ko og video na pod sa Z-scores. So i-upload sa nako ni. Thank you.